Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader, and today we're doing the X's for the sign of Scorpio. I would like to say happy birthday to Scorpio once we hit it, and the best of luck for you and for your loved ones, of course, today and always. This will be for the month of October 2019. It is a general reading. Some of you may or may not connect with the energies of these individual circumstances that we are going to predict. If you are wanting a reading or ritual spell, please contact me below. I'm more than happy to reach out to you, or you can email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com or through Facebook, Margot, your tarot reader. Please keep in mind that we will be, in reference to the exes, we will talk about a little bit of the ones that are in partnership, living with or married, for those that are single, and yes, for those that are in third parties. If you are new to my channel, please keep your comments civil, because you never know what boat you're going to float in. I always include the third parties, okay? In just about all the general readings. Angels of the universe and the heavens of God. Let's get started, angels. Thank you. Okay. I want to thank my clients, of course, as always. I appreciate your business. My viewers, thank you so very much for taking the time to watch the videos. If anything there is that I can do for you, I'd be more than happy to help you in reference to the readings or rituals. If you are in my channel, it is because you're being sent by your guides. There must be something that you're needing to hear or know or do. Okay? Nope. It is not. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Well, for those, my clients already know how I do my readings. So for those new, let me just say that in reference to the cards, I do not explain the card or even sometimes show the cards. I'm not here for that. I'm here to have the energies that are sent to me to be provided to you. Yes, the cards are to open the channel of those predictions for me. That's how I predict. That's how I read. Of course, I use the cards for a number of reasons, but I am not here to specify what does that card mean or give you the meaning of it or the definition of them. Okay? So let's get started here. For those that are married, Scorpio, there's a cycle that is ending, but it seems to me that you're hesitating on it. Now, it could be either you or the person that you are most closest and dearest to, your ex or your own spouse, okay? It will end eventually. Depending on the other cards that will show, I will let you know if it's a yes or no within this time frame that we're in. But it seems that there's a cycle that needs to end, maybe a repetitive behavior in reference to you or that person, okay? And it's almost like you're scattering the energy. It's almost like you're looking to see, should I or shouldn't I? And then something happens that you decide that, you know what, maybe it's not, it's just in my head, or vice versa, could be theirs, okay? Yeah. Well, it seems that you prefer to be in the stability of the marriage, okay? And so therefore, it's worth working on the situation of the marriage or the other person that you're thinking of. It seems to me that at this moment, it's not like you're Scorpio, for those that are married or coupled. It doesn't seem to me that you're more concerned of the ex, but more than so of how to keep this marriage together. Maybe there is something within that is more fulfilling to you, and according to these energies, it seems to me that you are more materialistic than emotional. And even though you are a water sign, you must have a lot of earth air in your chart. So unfortunately, Scorpio, that will attack you later. If it hasn't already, it will soon to be. And most likely that is why we have the world here, okay? Because eventually it's going to end. Now, being that we have Uranus, I believe, in Taurus, so therefore, it affects Taurus a number of ways, but it would also affect you in the opposite way. So keep in mind that if you have not ended a relationship since Uranus entered into Taurus, you still have a number of years left, and so therefore there will be some type of ending for numbers of Scorpios that are in relationship. Or you might decide to change the environment of the relationship. But more than anything, I'm sensing ending of a relationship in the near future. I feel that this is coming in that thought of mine as we speak. For those that are single here, I feel that you felt tied down to that relationship or that person. Maybe you or them were too obsessive, or maybe you felt that there was nothing leading to this. But it seems to me that something about that person was also positive, or vice versa, you. Okay, let's see. Well, probably there was a single Scorpio here who either you or that person wanted to have some type of family. You had a lot of conflicts in reference to having maybe they want to tie down the knots, maybe you did, or vice versa. So it seems to me that that was one of the issues here. And so someone must have been straightforward. It could have been, and this is very few for very few of you, it could have been that this single Scorpio, maybe they were seeing someone that had even children. Okay, you didn't get along with those children. For a number of you, it's the fact that they or you wanted children. For a number of you, your independence was more valuable than having to support someone else. For numbers of you, maybe the person was the opposite side of you. Maybe they were very cold, not caring, not affectionate. And so when they have the feelings or the emotions toward you, or vice versa, it was a cold affection, a cold attention, and so therefore it did not last. But it seems to me that that person would like to discuss the situation, or you. I don't feel that you'll be seeing this person in particularly in this month of October. You might, or they might come back to discuss the situation or the circumstances. Okay. Keep in mind that I see a lot of arguments happening within that relationship. You want to give it a go. You want to give it a turn around. Now, for those that are in a third party, well, believe it or not, the fact that Mercury retrograde is coming into phase, we're already in the shadows, and so therefore all November in our sign we're having Mercury retrograde. So we're definitely making some changes depending on where it falls in our chart, in our planet. So keep in mind that most likely we'll have some type of energy in reference to the exes. Either they're coming back, or we are going back, or searching for that person back. Okay. It could be don't get me wrong, not necessarily because we're in Mercury retrograde means that it's negative. It's not. It is for us to solve some certain issues within ourselves, or within that relationship, or within that person itself. Okay. It is depending how we are perceiving that energy, that's how it will take a toll on us. So if we remain positive, it will be a positive outcome for us. Yes, of course, we'll have glitch here and there in reference to the communication, maybe little ups and downs in disappointments or sadness or conversations or technical issues and whatnot. But that's the least of the worries. Be aware that there are other changes that are happening within our cycle, within our earthly spiritual growth as well. Every planet has an issue to do with us, and vice versa. We, our spirit, do too. Okay, with ourselves and the people within our surroundings. So to me here, for those that are in third party, there's some type of wanting to desire a reconciliation in reference to this. I feel that some of you are off and on, and you're feeling like you're drowning in reference to this situation. For a number of you, you can't seem to get your own emotional stability straight, because either you go back to let go of the person, or the person comes back, and you're thinking off and on, should I just let go? Should I continue? Should I just stay? What should I do? And it seems to me that it may be your energy, their energy, or your own spouse, because we are in a third party situation here in this time here. So, but for some of you have thought of that dream, of that desire to want to be in a union with that third party, okay? And you're missing tremendously that person. You feel the bond. And keep in mind that we are not in a perfect world. So yes, we have ups and downs. There's no perfection in any of us at all. And so therefore you can, and there have been, and there will be, that you will have and meet your soulmate within a third party relationship. Not all of you, not all of us, but some of us will and have and will done and be so, okay? So I do feel that in this situation, there is a karmic relationship in this third party. There's the bonding of that relationship. There's that wanting to desire to be with that person. And it could be that you're not expressing it to that person yet, or vice versa, if they're not yet. But it's an unset kind of rule here. I'm getting the vibe here. And if you haven't spoken to this person, I do feel that you will have some type of communication from them or you to them, okay? It's a beautiful situation here that I have here for a third party, Scorpio. And for a number of you, I don't think that it is the person that you were in a third party. It could even be someone else coming in here, okay, for you. And maybe keep in mind, Scorpio, if you are meeting someone new within this time, it may not be the one for you. If you've known this person before, possibly so. If you met that person outside the retrograde seasoning, possibly so. But if it's new, if it's totally new, and you meet them in the moment, let's say in November, okay, it may not be the right person. It might be just a slip and slow, meaning that it might be someone to hold you down, to make you see, or to make you value yourself or some other relationship that you've had, including this ex, okay? And so therefore, be mindful that you might get certain attachment toward people because you already have an attachment to this ex here. For a number of you, you're deciding that you want to value the relationship that you have within your own partner. And so you want to keep that going and keep the momentum going, okay? But be aware, because with the retrograde, the communication and things like that, it can float into the feelings also. You could possibly misunderstand your own self of how it is you're feeling toward yourself and toward that other person, including that third party, okay? If you're not with that person right now, you know, of course we are in the excess reading here, but if you're not with that person right now, if you have not had communication, it seems to me that you will or they will come back. Or they're at the very most desiring to be back with you, okay? They're wishing to communicate. They're wishing to come to you and letting you know these things. But for some reason, there are things that are just keeping it away from it. It could even be that what keeps it away is getting caught again, or having their spouse finding out, or vice versa, okay? Because and what I just heard right now is that someone is married to someone who is very critical of everything that they do, or at least they seem to feel that way in reference to their spouse. And they're cold sometimes. Sometimes they show certain emotions, and sometimes they just quickly shut out here for those that are in third party. And it also feels that some of you in that third party, in their marriage, is what I heard, they're feeling conflicted and bounded and obligated to be there. But as you can see, you can get out in any given moment or situation, Scorpio. You can get out. In any situation that you're in, you are not a hopeless person. Sometimes you can get in there, if depending on your chart, but nothing lasts forever. Keep in mind, you can and you will. So if you've been shut down, or feeling left, or feeling unwanted, or feeling undesired for whatever reason, and you've been there in quite a while, well, it's time to get up, get your shit together, and get up. Someone out there must be needing it, because it reflected it very, very deeply. So know that no relationship, if you're not feeling the love, the nurturing that you are desiring, no relationship is worth staying in. If you are feeling that because you have to stay because you have children, no, you can't. No, you don't have to. Children grow. They grow to be also adults and parents and grandparents, etc. And they live their life. And then what's going to be of you when you are a certain age? Some people do find love in that age. Some don't. Some stay. It is what it is. But what I'm saying is, don't pick excuses to stay knowing that you're unfulfilled emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And if you're staying because status, if you're staying because someone else maintains you, if you're staying because I'm not going to have this again, I'm not going to have the stability again, I'm not going to have the home again, I'm not going to have the car again, Scorpio, you don't need it. Yes, you need it to live, to survive, in other words, but you don't need it. If you have a roof, any roof is good for you. You need to understand, Scorpio and everybody else, that what we take from this world, we're not going to take all these jewelries. I love my shirt. You love it? I can't take it. I'm only going to take what I'm experiencing emotionally and spiritually. And I value that more than anything now. So what I feel, the attachment that I feel toward my children, toward the people around me, it's immensely treasured. The experiences that I've had with, including my clients, it's unconditional love, and it's unconditional, overwhelming feeling of acceptance in a mutual condition. And I love that because that's what I'm taking. I'm taking so much value to our higher being, and I will express those things. That in itself is worth wealth. So if I have a luxury car, what are you going to do with it? You're going to show it off, right? Well, are you going to show that to the higher being? You have to understand that if you haven't failed by any means what I have just talked about, then you're still not in that phase. And I have to confess, I wasn't in that phase a number of years ago. Something led for me to experience such growth and such feeling, including what I do, okay? That led me to that spiritual growth and understanding my path and accepting it. And so whoever knows me and knows what I do, they're welcome in my space. But whoever knows me and knows what I do and does not like it, then they're not understanding my spiritual growth or my path. And so therefore, I'm not saying I'm neglecting those people, because I'm not. To each his own. We all have our own beliefs and also our own desires to live a certain direction. You understand that? But having said that, I feel that there's someone out there that is feeling confused in reference to what direction it is that they are taking or doing, or are they doing something that they shouldn't, is what I heard. But again, if you have any enlightenment toward this video today, then it's something that you are needing. And if you know of someone that it is, then you probably should pass it on, and they're probably needing this too as well. Okay, Scorpio? Love yourself, of course, always. See, if you love yourself, if you respect yourself, then you're respecting yourself higher being. We are light. This flesh here is going to stay. It's going back to the earth because we are one in together. The universe itself, the trees, the birds, us, we are all one together. We're all one light. Every person that we meet, if I meet you, it's for a reason, because we're meant to cross paths. And even if it's not through literally shaking hands, but even if we're meeting through the media and such, we are connected in one source. Okay, so understand that the people that are negative around you, it is because they're not in their path at this time or how they should be, and they might not even be for the rest of their lives. Okay, there are numbers of Scorpio that I feel at this moment are going through that transition of change. Some of you are leaping into that and wondering, what is it that I'm going through? What is it that I'm feeling? And so therefore, there's going to be that path continuously, probably because of the Uranus in Taurus. Keep that in mind. So what affects them, it will affect us in different, or probably even totally in the opposite end. So Anyhow, I could go on for hours with this subject, but I apologize. So nope, I do not apologize, to be honest. I think that it's something that you needed to hear, something that you needed to be enlightened with for whatever reasons. And understanding that when you have that growth that I've explained within yourself, you learn to value everything around you, and you learn to not judge, not even yourself and others. And because we're not supposed to in the first place. We're not supposed to say, oh my God, I can't be friends with you because you're not educated, or you don't have money, or you cannot do that. You're sinning just by saying that. You understand that? You can't. We are not the ones to judge. We are the ones here to learn lessons, and the lessons are spiritual lessons. Okay, but when we are stepping into this earth, we are finding ourselves that we are attaching to something that we didn't know that it exists. In the higher being where we are light, and so when we come here, we actually touch and feel certain things that we've never thought of, and so therefore we intend to get more attached to the material sources because of it, and we lose the focus of what it is that we're supposed to experience. Okay, which is the lessons that we're learning, the karmic relationships that we're supposed to learn and go through from the past and our previous lives and whatnot. Yes, I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe that our spirits and souls do continue on and so forth. Okay, and I have no prejudice toward any religions. It is one God. It is one source. We're all one. It is what it is. Okay, and I respect all religions, and I respect everyone whoever. And I am Catholic as well. But what I'm saying is, I have my beliefs, and so should you. Okay? Now, let's get started. I'm sorry. All right, Scorpio. I feel that there is a Scorpio here that it's wondering and questioning themselves, how is it that I feel for this third party like I've never felt before? And it seems to me that you've been going through that transition for quite a while, maybe even through the point of that you started this third party relationship, or within this third party relationship, you experience such spiritual growth that you've never experienced before in your life, Scorpio. And so therefore, you're asking yourself, how is it? Why is it? I walked away from this person and I can't be without. And you might think it's obsessive. You might think it's obsession. You might think that it is wrong. You might, whatever. But the fact, according to the energies and the cards itself, it tells me that you are either as a soul connection toward this person, a bond connection from previous lives. And so you're here to intertwine again with that path. Now, for a number of you, I feel that it's a delay in age. I feel that you came about with this person at a later age. So maybe you're over the 40s in this third party relationship, or over the 50s. I heard over 60. So it just depends. I call that late bloomers. But what it happens is, and it could be because of what I was explaining earlier, what happens is that when we're not ready to change, we're forced to have some spiritual change within ourselves. And within that time, you're coming to an understanding that all alone in your life, you lived a certain way, believed in certain ways. And then now, about that age that you're in now, you're finding that spiritual maturity within you. And you're finding that no one completed you the way this person completed you. So you're questioning yourself, is it wrong or is it right? Because it's a third party relationship and I'm not supposed to be in such thing. And that is only because of how you were led and the values that you were trained in as a child. But understand that the being itself does not discriminate or does not judge in reference to true spiritual growth and love. So if you are experiencing what I had just talked about all along today in this video, then you're experiencing a self-love, self-bond toward another person, a spiritual bond toward that person. So the God cannot judge you toward such feeling. The humankind can and judge you and drag you and what have you by being with someone in the third party, as I was explaining. Because again, we're not in a perfect world, right? So they can judge you and they can say, they can demonize you and whatnot. But understand that when it is such connection, there's nothing wrong to feel such nurture and such love, especially if it's mutual. It has to be mutual in order to be such soul bond connection, okay? Would it last? It can be. If that person steps into that spiritual growth at the same time as you, it might take one or the other a little bit longer, but eventually, yes, okay? And so we have here the Eight of Cups for those in third party Scorpio. It seems that you either walked away from that person or they walked away, and you did it only because you had no choice. Again, because you are a married person. But all alone, at the end of the day, what shows me here is that you are absolutely, or they are in love. I feel it's a mutual love here, respectfully, Scorpio. There is a Scorpio, more than one here, that has acknowledged to each other that love each other. Here. I was told there's two Scorpios. There's Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. I normally don't go into the signs, okay? So if it's you, it's you. If it's not, it's not. It might even be the energy itself that one of you is overly emotionally than others, okay? But something is going to take place. Something is going to be manifested here, okay? Keep in mind. Either you or the person, or both of you have been in silence connecting toward that. Okay? The Magician. Okay. Yes. And so we have it again, and we have it on the other side. Definitely for those, something is happening under the tables for a number of you, and for others of you, you will do the best that you can to reconnect for that person. There's definitely a reconciliation for a number of you that are hoping to reconcile in this month of October, or toward the end, and for sure in November. Okay? For those who are in third party, absolutely. Something is going to happen under the blues. Either Scorpio is doing it, or either mutually together, energetically and whatnot. Scorpio, you're going to have some type of awakening moment, is what I feel. And most likely that's why I was doing all the explanation earlier. Okay? It's going to take you some evaluating perspectively to understand within yourself what is it that you're heading here. Okay? It's a beautiful reading, Scorpio. Okay? So someone here is going to decide here, for those that are married, exactly what to do later on. It may be before the year is over. Someone is going to consider to file for legal separation here, for those that are married. And for this one here, there's if you're getting back with your ex and you're coming and speaking the truth, there's a future engagement happening between both of you, okay? Or for a number of you, you're going to find out that that person or you are already committed to someone else. Okay, yes, we have the death here. So for a number of you, it's the coming is to reconcile with letting go of that person, okay? For those that are in third party angels, thank you. Absolutely, they're coming back in. For a number of you, you're going to have to travel at a distance, travel across the country even to see this person. Close to the end of October into the beginning of November even, but most likely before the year is over, you're reconnecting with someone here, it shows, okay? Absolutely. Someone, you know, you feel, I guess you feel betrayed at one point, but you're going to find to put this behind you, Scorpio. And it could be even for all of you, not just one. And you're going to understand that truly where your heart falls is where the other soulmate is, okay? It is absolutely beautiful, yes. Follow through and text or message that person. If you feel that you have an unclosed chapter within this person, go right ahead and try to mend it, Scorpio. And it's not necessarily for that person, but also for yourself, for your best interest. I want to thank you, and always, Scorpio, I wish you love and light. Thank you.